play the game with no timeouts. You ride my wave, you're getting wiped out. Big mistakes get wiped out. I spot you like a lighthouse. Watch your moves like a night owl. On a full moon, wolves gon' howl. Can't bounce back, no rebounds. I show up like me how. Yo, welcome back to another episode of the Tip Off. I am your host, Iceman the Eskimo. Hey, yo, can you all hear me in the chat? This here is about the college and draft. We doing the NCAA draft. Leaf in the chat, my boy. I see you in the chat. You can hear me? You hear me pretty clear? Let me know. I'm doing all right. John, I see you in the chat too. What up? You know what I'm saying? Just doing a solo joint right now, you know what I mean? To chop it up with a few players. I got about 6 players here left in the draft. All right. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go through these 6 players that's in the background. I got Caleb Wilson, Bennett, Stirz, Braylon Mullins, Thomas Haugh, Dash Daniels, and Jayden Quaintance. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go through these dudes real quick. I'm gonna run by some of these stats. You know what I'm saying? This is a pre-draft before college starts. To let you know where they ranked at right now. I mean, the board is already changing since these scrimmages. I don't know why the college board changed during these scrimmages, but it's changing right now in full effect. But I'm gonna go through some of these guys that's in the lottery right now. And one of the guys right now, I ain't gonna tell you I'm high on the guys that's higher than this, but I gotta learn these guys too. I gotta scout during the season to figure this out. But I'm gonna start with Bennett Stirz. I mean, Braylon Mullins. My bad. Braylon Mullins. He's at UConn Huskies, bottom right side of the screen. You heard? He a Husky. I got another player that I like at UConn. You know what I mean? That I talked about in last year's draft. So Mullins grew up in Greenfield, Indiana. You know what I'm saying? He attended Greenfield Central High School. This dude averaged 17 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals during his sophomore season. And then he participated in Indiana's All-Star Future Games, averaging 25, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. And he recorded a career high 51 points against Pendleton High School. Yo, he's a baller. This dude right here, I don't know too much about Braylon Mullins. Somebody told me about him on TikTok. Y'all know where I'm at on TikTok. Somebody told me about him on TikTok. And dude be scoring. I seen a little bit of his highlights. It isn't enough highlights for me, but the dude can shoot lights out, bro. He is a lights out shooter. He a little bit crafty, a little bit bouncy. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna continue. I'm gonna continue about Braylon Mullins. Greenfield, he was a leader of the team. He was the go-to guy on Greenfield high school team, and he led them to a 23-4 record, average 33 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals, while shooting over 47% from 3, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was named McDonald's All-American in January 2025 and recognized as Indiana's Mr. Basketball. So he an Indiana dude. You know what I'm saying? But his total, what's good? I got you, John, in a second. I'm gonna put that on the screen. But in high school, his shooting percentage, I guess in total of his whole high school career, his shooting percentage was 62% from the field, 50% from 3, and 85% from the free throw line. Yeah. Oh, that's during his senior season. You know what I mean? And they said, yeah, he was highly efficient from 2, shooting 60% during his senior season. But bro, this dude can shoot lights out. I don't see enough footage on YouTube for him, but I'm definitely going to check him out this NCAA season. And I think y'all should take a look. If y'all interested in the draft, y'all should take a look. Because I'm just going over 6 guys real quick. I ain't about to be on here long. If y'all want to pull up after I'm done talking about these dudes, then y'all can pull up and talk about them for a little bit. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna go to the next person I'm going to is Caleb, the guy John's talking about in the chat. You know what I mean? He looks a lot taller, actual height, athletic ability. Yeah, John. Caleb is he moves different. I didn't even give what's the names. All American. I did say All American. So Caleb, North Carolina, just like somebody else on our team that went to North Carolina. You heard? Drake Powell. So, yo, don't forget about these connections when I be saying people be going to the same schools. Sometimes there be a little bit of a connection there when they go to the same schools. But Caleb Wilson, you heard? Let's talk about Caleb Wilson. Grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. Let me see. Holy Innocents School. It looked like a church school. Holy Innocents school. He averaged 14, basically 15 points, 13 rebounds, 5 blocks, 4 assists, 1.2 steals. You know what I'm saying? And then he averaged 21 points, 15 rebounds, 4 blocks as a junior. And then I guess this is senior year. He led 21 points. 22 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 blocks, 2 steals, and he led his I guess his high school to the first state championship. Again, these are guys that leading they schools to the goal. You know what I'm saying? To get where they gotta go at. You know what I'm saying? He was a McDonald's All-American in 2025 and Mr. Georgia basketball in 2025, and he goes to North Carolina. So again, we seen Caleb go against AJ earlier. He put up he put up some decent numbers against AJ, played pretty decent defense against AJ, and he looked good. To me, he has a game that is like it looks like, you know how some people just so talented, like it just comes easy to them. Well, playing basketball, watching him, it looks like basketball just comes easy. You know what I'm saying? Real easy. It's very, very effortless watching him. It's not like he's trying to do things. It's like second nature for Caleb Wilson. That's how it looks. You can't even tell like he's scoring that many points or rebounding. You know what I'm saying? You be watching him and you're like, oh, he all right. And then you go look at the numbers and his numbers be crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's how his game looks to me. He is strong. He can defend, as you hear the blocks. He's a defender. So he's on both sides of the ball. He can score and he can play defense. He can rebound. He's athletic and he's strong. So this would be a wing. Just saying. I don't know if my Nets will look at wings. I don't know who they're gonna look at, but this is one of the guys that everyone's raving about right now, as far as a wing player in this draft. What up, player one? Yeah, Caleb Wilson is a player that everyone's raving about so far in this preseason standings for North Carolina. If we had, all right, I get to that in a second. You know what? I answered that now. We had a first pick. Who would you pick? I take AJ or Cam Boozer. AJ or Cam Boozer. Either one of those two. I'm not made up my mind yet. Got to continue to watch the season. But for my Brooklyn Nets, I would say we need a wing like AJ, or we need a power forward like Cam Boozer. You know what I mean? So that's my takes right now. But yeah, Caleb Wilson, keep an eye on him in North Carolina. Hopefully he don't got to go through with what Drake Powell went through at North Carolina with Hubert Davis as his coach. You know what I mean? All right, so we're gonna go to, oh man, I just deleted that. So we're gonna go to Dash Dyson Daniels' brother, who's playing for Melbourne United. You know what I'm saying? Or the NBL. You know what? Y'all know what the NBL is playing. He playing with grown men. You know what I'm saying? Dash. There isn't too much information on Dash. Dash don't got a lot of highlights because he's really young. Playing in the NBL right now. So, you know what I mean? But you know, defense, is one of his things. Like I said, there ain't too much about Dash right now. He's representing Australia. He played for Saudi Arabia. Let's see what else. Brother, yeah, I said brother Dyson Daniels. He was developed by the NBA Academy in Australia. So he worked out for the NBA Academy in Australia. He was once invited to 11 player invited to, he was one of the 11 players invited to the NBA Academy, and he played at Basketball Without Borders camp in 2025, and Daniels was selected the player of the tournament at Australia's 24 U18 Nationals Championships. So he got a little bit of game to him. Now, when I watched Dash Daniels, he does a little bit of everything. You know what I mean? And I forgot to tell y'all this. Debuting in the NBL South with a 19-point performance. I think he is one of the youngest players that played in the Australian League since Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons was the youngest, and now he's the same as Ben Simmons playing in that league. You know what I'm saying? They don't have any stats about him. They don't really got too many stats. But when I watched him, I think they said Dash needs to work on his shooting a little bit. Is Davion Mitchell and Chris Dunn. Yeah, he's a really good defender. Yeah, his defense, that's Daniel's defense. Like I said, him and his brother on this defense is wild. You know what I'm saying? He's a good defender. He could do a little bit of everything. Thinks he needs to work on his shot a little bit. And learn how to create just a little bit more. And I think he'd be all right. Just a player to watch. You know, he's not in college. He's in the NBL. So you got to tune into the Australian League. You know what I mean? To see Dash. Now, Jayden, I'm going to go to Jayden Quaintance. Big man, power forward. Some of us want a power forward on this team. Some of us not sure about Noah Clowney right now at the 4, but Clowney still got time to work. You know what I'm saying? He got still, even though this is third year, Clowney still got time to work. But Jayden Quaintance is at Kentucky right now, and he grew up in Cleveland, moved to Arizona, and he transferred again to Word of God Christian Academy, and he was selected to play in the McDonald's All-American 2024. He reclassified from the 2025 to 2024 class. All right. So there isn't too much on Jayden Quaintance as far as points. Or there's a little bit of points here, but not a lot because he already in college. This is second year for Jayden Quaintance, but he's Big 12 All Defensive Team 2025, Big 12 All Freshman Team 2025, McDonald's All-American 2024, and he played in FIBA under 16 championship. And in 2023, he was on a Mexico team. You heard? So these boys be out here putting in work. You know what I'm saying? They be out here putting in work. Let me see. Quaintance with one season for Arizona, playing 24 games, averaging 9.78 rebounds. He missed the rest of the season with a knee injury, and he had surgery on March 13. Then he hit the transfer portal to end up at the school that he's at now, which is Kentucky. You know what I mean? He played for the Wildcats. But when I see Jayden Quaintance in a post, he's got a little bit of footwork in the post. He will shoot the 3, but he's not a good 3-point shooter at all. He was shooting a very low percentage, still shooting a very low percentage, but that low percentage went up to a higher percentage. Willing to take the 3 right now. But most of his points come in the paint. Dunks, putbacks, block shots. He's very quick on the feet. He can run the floor like a guard, kind of. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying he's the fastest big man on the floor, but he can move his feet for a big. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dunks, a lot of power moves. And you know what I'm saying? That's what he do. You know what I'm saying? He's just willing to shoot the 3 like Dayron. Dayron was shooting the 3. Didn't make a lot in college either. So maybe he can do that. But he is 6'10", or he's 6'9", 225 for a power forward. Clowney is 6'9" as well, but their frames are way different. He looks way bigger than Clowney at 225. You know what I mean? So again, check out Jayden Quaintance at Kentucky. You know what I mean? And I got two more players to talk about. If y'all want to pull up after that, I'm cool with it. If y'all don't, I'm cool with that too. You know what I mean? But I got Bennett Stirz, a senior. Let's say he played for the Iowa Hawkeyes Big Ten Conference. He grew up in Missouri and went to Liberty High School in Missouri, averaging 18.7 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals per game. You know what I mean? So he has done a lot. I don't know if y'all know about Bennett Stirz. I didn't know about him. They say he's one of the best point guards in the draft, at least right now, because he's a senior. Let's see what else. Career highlights: NBC Player of the Year 2025, NBC Newcomer of the Year 2025, first team All NBC 2025, NBC Tournament MVP 2025, second team All MIAA 23-24, and MIAA Freshman of the Year 2023. So he's been hooping. Like I tell you, y'all gotta pay attention to some of these dudes. I know we in the draft. Sure, we got a lot of guards right now, so I'm just hoping for a wing or power forward, one of those out this draft. You know what I mean? Well, I'm gonna go over some of his points right now. Stirz repeated as a second team selection as a sophomore, averaging 15, 4, and 4 assists, 4 rebounds, and 1.4 steals per game. And then he transferred to Drake after his sophomore year, and he was named Missouri Basketball Conference Men Player of the Year. Conference, that's what it is, Missouri Men's Basketball Player of the Year. All right, so they ain't got too many stats on Bennett Stirz right now, not at all. You know what I'm saying? But that's the only stats he had right now, 15 a game, basically 4 rebounds, 4 steals for Bennett Stirz. I got one more player from Florida, Thomas Haugh. I don't know if you know about him, but he played for Florida last year when they won the championship with somebody who came out the draft that went to Utah. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about that went to Utah. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to say his name on here. I actually wanted him on my team, on our team. All right, but I ain't gonna get into all that because you know who it is. All right, Thomas was born in New Oxford, Pennsylvania. He right there, yo. I'm in Maryland, y'all in New York, some of y'all. You know what I'm saying? He right in the middle of both places. He started at New Oxford High School, and he transferred to I don't even know what school this is. Perkimon. Forgive me if I said that wrong. School where he played alongside Ryan Dunn and Xavier Lee. He averaged 19 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, while adding 52 steals and 60 blocks that year. Bro, in a year, 60 blocks in a year, bro. That's crazy. All right. And they said he led that school to a championship in 2023, averaging 19 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists. Oh, yeah. That's what my bad. Reading the same stats all over again. All right. So NCAA Championship 2025. Y'all know what it is. I seen him play. He's a hustle player. He does a lot of the dirty work, scrappy, rebounding. He'll block shots. He'll shoot the 3 as well. Jab step, shoot the 3. I was gonna say Birdman when I seen him play, but I don't want to say Birdman. I don't think he's as good as Birdman. But like I want to say he's in that category of Birdman where he could rim run. You know what I'm saying? But he can shoot the 3. I'm not sure about the midi, but like I said, rebound, putbacks, things like that. You know what I'm saying? And he plays defense. Hustle player, big time hustle player. Let's see. Playing at Florida as a freshman. He played under 15 minutes, averaging 4 points, 4 rebounds, And then he showed promise against Georgia, scoring 17, 3 3-pointers made, 7 rebounds. Like I said, he can shoot the three. He's willing to shoot the three as a power forward. He's not, I don't think he's a center. I think he's a power forward. He helped defeat Auburn Tigers. Auburn, that was a close game. Y'all know who was at Auburn? Philly got that dude, you know what I mean? Haugh went back to college, you know what I'm saying? But there's a power forward in the league. Y'all know who he is. He was named one of the best players in college basketball last year. He in Philly, so we ain't talking about him. You know what I'm saying? But he helped defeat Auburn Tigers, averaging 16 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 blocks. And then against Mississippi State, he nearly had a triple-double with 16 points, 9 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. The dude be doing everything. He do a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? And he was the first SEC player to do it since John Wall. Y'all know. Hey, I just put out something. I'll go back to that. It says John Wall, 2010, post box score, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists, and multiple blocks and steals. Since that point, close to the year, he averaged closed the year. He averaged 12 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists per game, helping the Gators earn the 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. You know what I mean? He was named West Region All-Tournament after Italian 13 points, 7.5 rebounds, 3 assists in 4 games. He helped lead the Gators to an Elite 8 comeback victory against Texas Tech. You know who's at Texas Tech, scoring 20 points and 11 rebounds. JT is at Texas Tech. He went back to school, got a NIL deal. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know right now who's at Texas Tech. All right, so that's all I got for y'all right now. Scouting, if y'all want to pull up, I don't know if John and them still in the chat. If y'all want to come up and talk about anything right now, I'll send a link in the chat. You know what I mean? While I'm up here still chatting. You know what I mean? Y'all can pull up. Leaf, if you want to pull up, say anything. John, if you want to pull up, say anything. Let me know. But that's really all I got. I want to go back. John Wall. I know we talked about this on Breezy's podcast and all that. But I was saying for Nolan Traore, if we had somebody on his team, because I know fans get upset about him going to the G and, you know what I'm saying, not understanding what I'm saying. We don't have a veteran that can help Traore. I was saying like John Wall, a speedy, like we don't have Russ over here. We don't have no Ben Simmons here. But I was saying if the Nets could hire John Wall for training, someone like that for Nolan Traore who had lightning quick speed, who was one of the fastest players in the league at a time. Put him on a coaching staff and have him work out with Traore. You know what I mean? I think that was one of my ideas, you know what I'm saying, to have a veteran with that type of speed, because Nolan has the speed. He doesn't have the control. John Wall had the control, and Russ has control. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't any ideas like that. I'm just putting it out there. You know what I mean? Leaf, you on the stage. All right, Leaf. What's good, Leaf?
What's good, yo? You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you good.
Yo, so I don't know about. Listen, I'll be honest with you. The main thing about this year, bro, is that you gotta understand that something out of these 5 dudes that you just picked gotta work. And I think it might take the whole 82 games for it to work, bro. Like, I'll be honest with you, bro. Like, I mean, listen, not everybody have played already. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
I mean, I just got to stick to that, man, because I don't really know what the whole topic. Like, I'm not really focused on the lottery at all, man, because I got burned already, man, with trying to manifest. Man, a pick that I wanted, man, and it didn't happen. But what I can say is, their skill sets in the draft, I just don't care about them until they in the next jersey. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I got to focus on the fact that history is still has already been made with five picks in the first round, and we are the team that made it. That means we are the team that got to make something out of this work. Like, and we got to make something out of this work sooner than later, realistically, because if we keep looking to a draft that's 300 days away or less than 300 days away, what happens is, bro, we're telling all the other people in our fan base that the five people that we just drafted, 5 players that we just drafted, none of them is going to work, or none of them is good enough to work. That's what we keep telling ourselves, bro. Like, so we already know Ben Saraf as a starter for 18 minutes a game. That ain't getting it. We already know Nolan Trejo got sent on whatchamacallit. We already know Drake Powell, whatchamacallit. Powell.
You still there, Lee? Oh, you fell off. You dropped off. Yeah. So yeah, Drake Powell, like Lee was talking about. I know he's going down to the G. Hold on, he's pulling back up.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah,
I'm back. Somebody tried to call my phone. Listen, the point is that if we don't figure out what works here, then the next bet is going to be probably the draft. And then if we don't figure out what works, it's next year's draft. If we don't figure out what works there, then the next bit is going to be go after somebody that can keep us at a top 6 organization in terms of growth. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, we going step by step. I think right now, I mean, I don't mind talking about the draft, man, but I really don't care for none of these dudes until they get into the next jersey because we only got one pick anyway.
right.
So, you know what I'm saying? We basically, like, as opposed to having 5 picks in this past draft, we got 1 pick. We basically got one shot like Eminem. Not miss your chance. We can't miss your chance to hit a home run, basically. That's what we on base one time in this draft, and we got a 1 shot to hit a home run.
Yeah, basically.
We already been picking in the second round. We've already been picking in the late 20s. We got 1 shot to hit a home run. And I don't like that shot.
Yeah, nah.
I don't like our chances.
Hey Siri.
Yeah, I don't like that either. But in another way to look at it, the way that I look at it is that they got the players that they want to try to build with, and they need 1 extra guy. So if they hit on the 1 extra guy, they get lucky and hit on the 1 extra guy in the next year's draft. That's what's up. But these guys, if they pan out, they pan out. Like I said, they took 5 chances. Shit, I don't know how many. I would think 4 or 3 of them will pan out. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully, and then your next guy you drive next year will pan out as well. But you know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. Like, they already have the players that they think can help build a foundation for the team, and then you get your guy that's maybe an all-star next year. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? I think that's what they're trying to do. I'm not quite sure, but I think that's the idea they have, and the style. I think any one of these guys that I've named earlier in the draft, the AJ, Nate, AJ, Cam, or Peterson, they could fit in the system. Even Nate Ament, Caleb Wilson, they all could fit in the way that they trying to play. They could all fit in the system easily. It wouldn't be difficult for them to fit in the way they trying to style of play they trying to play. So I think they got the idea. I don't know if it's going to, you know what I'm saying, work out right.
But listen, quiet as kept. Tankathon got us at number 1, and they got us picking Darren Peterson. I really don't have a problem with it at all. I really don't have a problem with nothing realistically going forward, man, because I had to accept the fact that 5 picks got drafted, and I wanted at least 2 of them. I'm okay with at least 2 of them. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, listen, like I said, in this upcoming draft, we only got one shot to get this thing right, as opposed to having five shots the previous year. So the reality is, I think it has to be a lot. I think if the process really, really means that much to this organization, then that means Danny Wolf and Drake Powell has to be like a key point in that development, because they are ready to play now. They have skill sets that translated now. Nolan Trayor doesn't have a total skill set that translated. Ben Sharaf doesn't have a total skill set that translated. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, have skill sets, but they haven't translated.
Right.
So the point is, Jaeger still has to work on things. So the real point is, bro, when I said this to people in the off season, bro, Danny Wolf has the least amount of traffic in his position.
Right.
He has the least amount of traffic in his position right now. There's no logjam. Just throw him in there. Throw him in there, bro. Okay.
You're breaking up a little bit. Yeah, Danny don't.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, Danny don't have a lot of traffic in his path. Claxton and Dayron. I don't know if one of those are going to get moved, but if he happens to show out in the G and they bring him up and he finally he bulk up a little bit and he finally plays and he putting up decent numbers, then yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna look for good for Danny.
Yeah.
Danny could be the future.
But then the lady was like,
that's a fact. And I think right now, at the 5, with that skill set that he has, Danny Wolf is already head and shoulders above Ben Sharaf and Nolan Trayor and Jaeger, because they providing a sort of the same things. It's just Danny Wolf is taller and better at it, and you're gonna have him in spots that you're not gonna have all those guys in. You know what I'm saying? Like, in terms of, like, when you put that type of talent at the 5, now the defense has to move. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if you look at how the league is, the defense has to move now, bro. Like, my thing is, like, yo, 0-5, bro. Like, yo, just put him out there, bro. Like, we already know what we're doing at this point, bro. Like, stop. I need Jordy to stop trying to prove that he can win with a roster that's trying to get paid, because MPJ is not out there to pass the ball to Cam Thomas, and Cam Thomas is not out there to pass the ball to him. Whoever one of them niggas get the ball, that's the play, and we all know it. I could do a whole film breakdown of the last couple of games. You tell me how many times they get each other.
She said it's going to be after midnight. I was
Wow.
like,
I'm telling you, man.
and she was like, oh, I'm here till midnight.
Let me go back to this. Player 1 says Danny has no reason to go to the G. He does have a reason to go to G. It might not be the right reason as far as right now, but he does have a reason, right? Danny and Drew Timmy is way more skilled than Claxton Dayron. It doesn't mean that he's better at the moment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's better at the moment, but from what what I believe is that Claxton make money, Dayron make money, and Danny is picked up at the end of the draft. But they know Danny has the skill set that they want. They couldn't get Claxton to do it. They couldn't get the Dayron passes a little bit more, but Danny is more of that passer. They was looking for it in Drew Timmy, but I think Drew Timmy is more undersized, and they decided to let him go. So, you know what I'm saying? With Danny, if he goes down to the G, like I said, if he goes down there and figure everything out, how to run the point center down there, Nolan and Drake, like I said, I be trying to explain this. If they put those 3 down there to play, they get familiar with each other's game. And when they bring them up like they did Jalen Wilson and Clowney and Dayron, they was familiar with each other's game. So in the second unit, it had looked much more better. They were more looking for each other because they understood where they was at. So I think that's a part of their strategy, again, to do that. And they're probably, when they get thrown in the second unit, they might throw them all in together and see if they can figure it out then. And then going forward, if Danny is that good and he shows that he's that good, then I think they will move off one of the other guys. Because I read in the article, like I said, they said they don't want to move off Clax unless they get a good offer for him. But if Danny's showing out in a matter where it's like forcing their hand to do something, and it's like, okay, Danny is ready to play, then you know what I'm saying, they ain't gonna really have a choice but to move off one of those guys eventually. But for right now, it's only the beginning of the season. It's a long season. You know what I'm saying? Danny could go down there for 2 games and have a 230-point game, a 40-point game, a 25-point game like Drew Timmy and come right back up. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? It is a reason for him to go down there. I think everybody doesn't understand. Like I try to explain to G, it's helpful when you have when you go down to the G as a Brooklyn Nets player, you're not a Long Island player. It doesn't kill your confidence because you're on the Brooklyn Nets. You always get to come back up. You're not stuck in Long Island trying to fight to get on a roster. You know what I'm saying? You're not fighting for a two-way. They're already on the team. It doesn't kill your confidence. It's like, okay, I need you to work on this. And when you get this right, the coaches down there will help you. And then, you know what I'm saying, we'll bring you back up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. Like, I think the confidence killer thing is more of a mental thing more than it is physical. And I think that if we was in a different spot, if our organization was in a different spot, then I would agree with you. But based off the fact that we had 5 picks in the first round, that usually means that we're throwing something at the wall and trying to figure out that if it's going to stick or not. The thing about why I don't think Danny Wolf in particular belongs in this league is because of that reason. We're trying to figure out what sticks as an organization that don't really have a foolproof visual on where we want to go. Danny, you got to throw Danny Wolf to the fire to at least get him right to prove that. You got to throw power to the fire to get him right to prove that. You know what I'm saying? Because as of right now, we got a team full of 2-year contracts that's getting PT. And none of these dudes right now, if they stay on this team up until next year, they're probably not going to see another $20 million contract, $15 million contract. All these dudes have maxed out in terms of the paid players, the players that's left on 2-year expiring deals. A lot of these players have maxed out their ceilings. It's time, bro, like to put a different element on the court. Danny Wolf adds a totally different element than Clax, Clowney, Drew Timmy, and Dayron. He adds a totally different element. This is somebody that's 7 foot and that's capable of running some type of offense. You know what I'm saying? So realistically, bro, like we gotta there's something we gotta throw something at the wall right now. We can't. Wait and listen. If we throw something at the wall, and Danny Wolf and Drake Powell is developing, then that's good. If we're still losing, that's what we want to do anyway. So I mean, I think the whole key about this is making sure that Drake Powell or Danny Wolf are elements going forward for this season because they're gonna be here because they first round picks. They're gonna be here next year. They're gonna be here the year after. You know what I'm saying? So Jaguar's gonna be here the year after. Nolan Trayor and Saraf. I really think that they was picked, man, for gentrification reasons, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You got the music in the background, Lee.
Yeah, I know. I'm not driving, but that's
All
that's my niece driving, man. But realistically, bro, like I'm really just trying to figure out why this organization and Mr. Whammy had a sign in front of Sean Marks yesterday, and I think we can guess what it said because I don't know exactly what it said, but we can guess what it said. We all gonna make a we all gonna make alleged assumptions on what it said. I'm gonna go back in the chat, bro.
right, Julio. Is Jordy and the coaching staff unaware of what they see? Oh, if they think the players in the development and league, G League, need to play it out. Okay. I don't think they're unaware. See, that's the thing. I think they're aware of what they see. I think it's just the pieces they have in front of everybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm back. I got you. I think the pieces that they see in front of everybody is, you know what I'm saying? Like I explained, like I think it's just the pieces are there. They want these pieces to work and show, like I said, to show development. So while like your Tyrese Martins, your MPJs, your Cam Thomases are getting better, your Claxtons are playing better, these young dudes see that and see the work ethic, and they come along with that in front of them. So I think they're aware of what they see. I know for sure Danny. They talk about Danny like Joker. You know what I mean? So yeah, they are aware, man. All right, Lee, that's what's up. Ain't no problems, you know what I mean? But they are aware. I think they are definitely aware, especially how they talk about Danny and Drake Powell. And I feel like teammates all talk good. If they wasn't talking good about them, then you would know. Like, you know what I'm saying? They talk about Trayor speed, and that's all you really hear about Trayor. You hear about Saraf maturity and how he can see the floor, and you know what I mean? And play make. That's what you see when he's out there. You don't really see his shooting. You don't really see his scoring like that. That's not what they're talking about with Danny. When you see Danny play, you seen his passing. You seen him dribble. You seen him handle. You know what I'm saying? You're aware. Drake is the one that you really didn't get to see anything because he was injured. And I talked about that. As soon as he came in the game, he got injured again, and they took him back. And fans are complete. Yeah, I'm completely agreeing with you. Facts, Julio. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. They seen what happened with Drake when he got injured right away. So I think they're just taking their time with Drake. There's no need to rush Drake. He's already been hurt, and he got hurt immediately again. So I think it's all right to take the time with him, you know what I'm saying, and make sure that he's fine to play later. Jaeger, they did the same thing, and Jaeger coming out shooting threes. Not everybody wanting to take it too. And his nickname, I say his nickname is Three Gore. That's what he got on his Instagram. His nickname is Three Gore. He's gonna shoot the three. I know y'all want to see something else. He's gonna give you. It's a long season. He's gonna give you something else in that season. I was going. I appreciate it. I try, bro. I try. You know what I'm saying? To break things down the best way I can. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully everybody understands, or they'll catch on later. I mean, everybody got their own opinion, their own ways to see things, but you know what I mean? And like, you know what I'm saying? I don't speak for the team, but I can understand certain things and then, you know what I'm saying, relay it the way I think they're trying to do it and the way that I see it too. Like I said at the beginning of the season, before the season started, I thought 3 of them would have went down to the G, and now they sending 3 of them down to the G. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that I'm like I'm always right, but I can see, you know what I'm saying, what is and what's not for that and point that out. But I think when they go down there and Drake Powell and Danny and Trayor, which I think Trayor needs a little bit of work. That's why I say I was asking, you know what I'm saying, do you think the Nets should hire someone like John Wall to give Trayor, because you can't teach speed, but only somebody with speed can really teach that. Like they used to like Ben Simmons. They probably still like Ben Simmons, but Ben ain't ready to be on a coaching staff. He's still trying to play like someone like John Wall. Russ is still playing. I can't think of another player that was that fast, that had control, that Trayor can learn from. But, you know, things like that to help the players out, you know what I'm saying? Especially him, because he's talented. Trayor's talented, but he's a little bit behind for the NBA. He got things to work on, and nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with going down to the G and getting called back up. You know what I'm saying? Because you are on the Brooklyn Nets, not on Long Island. I think when Drake gets comfortable and Danny gets comfortable, I think you will see a lot more. I think fans will be happy that they went down to the G and did what they were supposed to, and then come back up and then get familiar with the Nets again, and then start, you know what I'm saying, working their way into the lineup. I think fans are appreciating that time down in the G. You know what I mean? Yeah, Julio. That's my thought process. You know what I'm saying? That's my thought process. And I think fans will appreciate it later. That would be a great idea. Yeah, I think fans will appreciate it later once they see the work that they put in, and then they work their way up and then work their way on the floor. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. I think fans are in a rush to see these young guys right now when there's no rush. You see two young guys, like I said on Breezy, you see two young guys out there hooping and you don't even like it. They talking about Diego not shooting no twos. Why? What's the complaints about? He's a rookie. You see Trayor blowing layups, running by everybody, don't have a great handle. What's the complaints about? You know what I'm saying? Why? You know what I'm saying? You want to see it and then you don't like what you're seeing. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even understand that, but you know what I'm saying? I think that's what they're gonna try to do. I already said that was gonna happen, so that's what I think it is. But I do think once they go down there and catch up a little bit and get their confidence up and understand like running the plays that we run, you know what I'm saying? Some of the sets, I know they have sets. Long Island runs a little bit of sets that the Brooklyn Nets run. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I don't know why they so off and on with that, but I think that will help them out. Like I said, it helped Jalen Wilson, it helped Clowney, and it helped Daron Sharp. And you know, that's just the way I see it, and that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got for y'all today, my boy Leaf. You know what I'm saying? Thanks, Leaf, for pulling up. Thank you for everybody in the chat pulling up. Y'all know my motto. Y'all don't have to like. Y'all don't have to subscribe because I don't know anything. I'll be back. Hopefully, I can get Pod on here after I finish scouting the first round or doing my first round scouting. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pod. Shout out to Leaf. Shout out to Breezy. Probably me on. I don't know. We don't play the Sunday, I believe. So you know, whatever. Hopefully Breezy has a show. I might pull up on there. I'll be on TikTok around like 6:30. It's almost 6 o'clock now. Around 6:30. So you know, you holla at me. Y'all don't have to like. Y'all don't have to subscribe because I don't know anything. You heard? And I'm out.